Oh, what do you think of that? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It was a little off, but that's all right. It takes some time to get it to work right.
Fancy.
But
Yes.
I like it. I spent
We
a
are
couple hours the
all
other day
fans.
doing that.
Yes. So welcome to Beyond the Rift.
Yes, welcome Beyond the Rift, a Smite-related show where we talk about Smite, the competitive scene, news updates, anything interesting that we find interesting, and generally discussions about...
All things Smite, like
Yeah,
patch
Smite.
notes, new gods, these guys in front of us. That's that's a robot over there. No, not
Right.
a real person.
he is
It's
Myoelectric.
it's a highly advanced AI. So
Mayo.
yeah.
So who we have with us today? I'm of course your host, DeamonMachine, and
This
my
is your
co-host.
host RevilZero, and
Yes.
I am your host DeamonMachine.
Exactly, it is opposite day. And joining us today we have Khronox from Lords of War Gaming, and Gunmetal from Myoelectric. Mayonnaise Electric.
Mayonnaise Electric.
It's Myoelectric, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, good. After I make fun of it 3 times, but that's good. So, first off,
Yes, first off.
welcome to the show. The new things that have been happening this week is we got another new patch. We got
Yes, a little tiny little patch.
a tiny little patch. It was a little bit of a balance changes and junk like that. Some other things, like some of the things you're going to be talking about would be Poseidon speculation because they showed off his first ability and
Yes.
like his awesome lack of walking where he likes to, pimp swag to everywhere.
Wait. So we get another Swagny?
Yeah, it's going to be Swag Sidon or something like that. I think what it was called. Of course, we're going to be talking about Myoelectric landing second place in the My Revenge tournament, which was
Yeah.
golf clap. And then we'll do
Golf clap,
call-ins,
second place.
call-ins and
Congratulations.
tournament discussion. Yes, golf clap for second place, not like a wholehearted, really,
Yeah.
excited clap, but just like golf clap.
It's all right.
So, all right. Well, I guess we'll start it off with Neith after the patch. So
I thought it was
they,
hot.
they did some nerfs to her.
A few little things. It wasn't anything terribly amazing.
It took me a while to type because if you saw the
You
patch notes that
typed
are
this?
on the patch notes on our site, I was furiously typing while Bart was literally talking through everything. So
Wow.
like
That type speed OP.
the minute he finished, I posted it.
All right,
But-
so for you guys who didn't read the patch notes somehow, or haven't seen them, backflip, the cooldown was 10 seconds, which was a bit ridiculous. So now it's 15 seconds, which is more or less in line with everything else. And her healing was reduced / buffed because it got physical power contribution.
Yeah,
And that was pretty
more or
much
less they
it.
adjusted.
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty much it. Her flip was increased, and Unravel, the healing, got kind of buffed and nerfed at the same time. Lower in the beginning, higher at the end. So I think it's a pretty interesting change. It's a little tweak. So still a lot of people complaining that beads are useless against her. So that's always fun.
Well, and that's a valid complaint.
I
I mean,
completely agree.
that's a valid complaint. I mean, it really is.
Well, they either need to reword what beads do, or they need to fix it.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think it's got to just be unintentional because here's the thing: beads will get out of anything else. It'll get out of art trap. It'll get out of all that shit, but it will not get out of her root. Which that just something sounds like it's kind of fishy there.
Sounds like it's unintentional.
Yep.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I
So
don't think
hi-rez?
they meant for it to not work.
Yeah. It should clear all, snares, traps, buffs, or roots.
Clears all buffs.
Yeah, clears all buffs as well.
Used with
That would-
great caution.
That would ironically maybe an interesting change to something like that. It clears all the buffs you have on you.
Oh, that would suck.
I guess it would.
That'd be terrible.
That'd be terrible, yeah.
It's a free item only.
Nobody would
you
buy
die
beads
when
anymore.
you use it. Oh.
No.
Hey. So, Khronox, what do you think of Neith after this patch? Is there any really change? Or
I think it was a good step. They're going in the right direction. I think they need to do a little bit more to her because she's still just so strong. She's so strong still. Pretty much, if somebody knows how to use Neith, they will wreck your face all day, and it's pretty easy for them to do so. And she's got good sustain. I mean, she can run mid lane like a boss. She's got good clear.
Yes, she can.
She's got sustain. She can sit there all day long. She's super strong. I think they need to nerf her just a little bit more. Not much. I think they're going the right way, but we'll see how that goes.
What do you
Gunmetal,
think?
what do you think?
I think the nerfs she got were needed.
But not
I
enough.
still think that her having a 35% like attack speed slow at first rank is a little bit much at this point. But then I don't know. They're starting to introduce these gods into a skill shot based game that have just like
Everything.
the easiest like ways to like do damage, like her ultimate doing homing attacks and like Vulcan's turrets. You know, you don't have to aim anymore basically. So I don't know.
Well, Vulcan, you do have to
goes,
place it appropriately.
Yes, you do.
I think if that 35% slow was kind of toned down and it ranked up with the ability, you know, she'd be a lot more balanced.
Yeah, I agree
But they're on the
with
right
that.
track with her.
Where do you see
Yeah,
where do
I
you see her
agree with
in like major tournament or high level play? Do you think she fills a role in any of theirs, or are there still better options?
Oh no, I definitely think that she's in today's current meta right now. If you could play her in tournaments, that's your top ranged AD carry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a
Easily.
lot of people would be picking her
Yeah,
simply
easily.
because, like, just from middle, she can pretty much just do a gank with her ultimate.
She's going to be banned
You know,
out
get
from
person
this.
low and they're running.
Well, and like I was saying earlier, just the fact that you have a Neith on your team controls the whole pace of the game because your opponent cannot sit out there and wait to clear the next wave or whatever. If they get low, they have to back. And over the course of the game, that's going to mean a lot more backs probably than they would have done if a Neith had not been present. And that's control. And
Yep.
you're not just controlling your lane, you're controlling every lane. And in a game like this, that's absolutely massive.
Yeah. And it's also a great initiation because, I mean, she can stun somebody from a distance and everybody can jump on them. And, she can do it from behind the wall in the corner, just
From her
on your mark,
bait.
set, go, then flip
Just
over the
kinda
wall
nowhere.
and dive in.
Yeah, she's got a lot going for her right now.
Although
She's
the
very
one thing I
powerful.
do like about her engagement technique is she has to jump in blind. It's not like on her or those people where you can jump in and immediately see where you're going to land, who you're going to be facing as soon as you land. She's got to land backwards, and then hopefully either she's behind them or she's got to turn around and figure out what's going on really fast. So I mean,
It's so easy to turn in the flip though.
that's true.
I mean,
Yeah, you can
it's
turn
so
in the
easy to
flip.
turn in the flip. So by the time you land, you're facing them, you're ready to launch.
Yeah,
that's
and her
true.
jump doesn't let her go over all walls because it's hilarious to watch people that try to go over the large walls with their jump.
She's
Love.
just kind of
Dink,
sliding down
dink.
the wall like
Yeah.
yeah.
And
I love
and then
it.
like that, you can imagine the look on the player's face, like, oh shit.
I meant to get away, but I totally got stopped. Yeah.
It's like there's 5 guys here, and
Yeah, I just forgot that she doesn't go over the regular walls. Like Ymir walls, Thor walls, stuff like that. Or Odin walls. Basically Freya's escape. Except Freya needs to ult to get out. Zeus Odin combo still proves to be very, very
Zeus Odin
deadly.
is very strong. So is Zeus Ares and Zeus in general.
That's one of the most fun combos, Zeus Odin.
It
Yeah.
is. We were playing a Zeus Odin last night, and we were up against the Sobek and Loki, and they just wouldn't get near us. We kept pushing them back to their tower and being like, "Come on, pull me, for the love of God, pull me!"
Yeah, we
And they just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was.
I enjoyed it.
So,
So I'm just gonna ninja in here.
no,
No!
motherfucker,
Dude, look at him there.
his hair's gotten
Oh my
longer and more
God.
Bieber-like.
Danger
Oh my
Bieber
gosh.
is here. Danger Bieber.
Danger Bieber.
Yes.
Danger Bieber.
Welcome, sire.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Like
Alecyte.
playing-
Where the hell have you been all this time? We've been messaging you and crap.
What? You didn't message me? I didn't get anything.
Yeah, I didn't. You didn't message me except for all those
Why
messages
All those-
you sent me.
All those times we called you and shit. Anyway, so what do you think of Neith after her nerf buff? In the latest patch.
I think it's kind of what she needed. I still don't understand why she has a 4.5 second slow on it. Like, even if it's not that strong, you're just wading through water and it never ends, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Well,
Wait, wading through water?
Wading through water.
yes. You
Waiting.
got to get the...
Waiting.
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 Isn't that the right word?
Yes, that's it. That's it, Danger
that's-
Bieber.
Okay.
At
that's
least
like-
you didn't say root.
Root.
Root gaming.
Or she rooted you to the ground.
You hate that.
No, I love that you say it like that. That's all.
Wait. Does Alecyte have a goatee? No.
It's kind of starting to get back, but I don't really want to.
I'm just gonna go with no.
No.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, so we can look at Alecyte and Khronox. Who has the go-to?
Yeah.
There is your answer, sir.
Yes, there's your answer.
Mine's like Peach Fuzz.
So I guess that kind of wraps up our Neith discussion here. We should move on to the other topics. Any other balance changes that you liked or didn't like from this latest patch? Like, I saw people just crying about Hercules and getting a slight buff.
Hercules.
I tell you what, I'm loving Hercules again. I stopped playing him a little bit because they changed the pull, but since they lowered the cooldown and that meatball, baby, that meatball. I've actually
love the
I'll
meatball
link it to you guys earlier. I've got it on VOD from our stream.
Yes.
That, in mid lane, there was a big gank going down. I hit a Hercules, no look, bounce off the wall to kill a Hades. It was the sickest thing I've ever seen. It was so beautiful.
Hell yeah.
No look off the wall. I felt like Michael Jordan of fucking Hercules players. It was just incredible.
I am Michael Jordan playing Smite with meatballs. Yes.
Take Hercules and do a Odin ult now with Girdle Might.
Yeah, it just bounces, man.
It just bounces and bounces. Just bang shots at everybody.
Now,
That
if
is
you
awesome.
specifically set up against the corner of the wall, can you get it to roll around with the same kind of speed? Or will it quickly diminish due to its bouncing?
It'll diminish pretty quickly, but you can get several bounces in. Like
Yeah.
if you put it in the right spot, you can get several bounces in. It fucking hurts.
So how would,
Like,
if you were to do that in an Odin ult, would you try and shoot for like the triangle corner where you want to hit it to where it should basically bounce around about 3 or 4 times?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
You don't want to be up against the wall and throw it with the wall because it'll just kind of like roll around and stop.
It'll kind of roll
Yeah,
around.
no,
Right.
you want to bounce it.
Okay.
And usually I'm
Those
not
angles.
even.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Usually as Herc, I'm not even in the Odin ult, and
Yeah, you can throw it in too.
Right. You just kind of position it at the right spot on the wall, and it'll bounce around forever.
So the next game mode of the day is going to be basketball. Odins and Hercules all day.
That would be amazing.
No, it'd be meatball.
would be-
Odin and Hercules.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Throwing meatballs. Because basketball is probably copyright in some form or fashion.
Basketball is not copyright.
By the way, something that you'll never unsee. Just think of Burger King Man. When you look at Hercules' face.
Yes.
Why did you do that to me? Oh no! I'm just glad they changed her face, because after that patch, for some reason her face was different. She had like this really creepy rape face.
Yeah. They finally changed it back.
Yeah, they fixed it. But man, it was a really creepy rape face thing she had.
I'd love to
And
see
the
that in the
jingle hell
patch
didn't
notes.
have it. It was like the jingle hell was all normal, and then the regular hell had this really creepy, like, it was terrible.
Patch notes removed Hell's creepy rape face.
Yeah. Fixed the rape face. That's terrible.
Oh, man, think of Bart when you look at Herc's face.
Yeah, I can't unsee Bart when looking at Herc's face. It's the worst thing ever.
That's all right. I can unsee it just fine.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, I'm a bad person. So, Vulcan got a really awesome change. The delay when his cannon is deployed, instead of a full second, it's a fourth of a second.
Yeah.
He
Which
needed
is-
that. He needed that.
Yeah,
did.
that's so good.
He needed that.
Because it was so frustrating to throw it down, and they were like way
Running
away
away.
from him. All
Yeah,
right.
they ran. They're already fucking gone by the time it gets one pot shot off. It's
Yep.
like, ugh.
Oh yeah, and that means you
needed
can
that.
actually use his ult effectively,
Drop it,
Right.
alt it, get some actual damage out.
and the actual damage per shot
Yeah.
doesn't change. I mean, just a great change all around.
Now, what do you think of Amana's Colossal Fury? The amount of being healed has been reduced from 5% to 3%.
He's still gigantic.
He's still a very large baby, but he has a hard time tower diving. This is what I've
Well,
established.
he needed that. That needed to happen as
That was
well.
a good balance change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was.
That needed to happen because he just was. I mean, it was so hard to. You can't really hardly punish him. I mean,
Yeah.
you run Vermont mid, and I mean, what the hell are you gonna do? He builds, tanky bruiser towards whatever you are, whether you're mage or AD, and then you might get close to killing him, and then he big babies in full life, and he can do that.
Every
Pretty much
time.
anytime you're gonna kill him, he can just go big baby.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is you have to set up a very strong bursty gank just to be able to take him down. And that's just,
Yeah.
he needed that bad.
Yeah. Alecyte,
Well,
I know
kinda-
you. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, kind of going back to the Hercules nerf or Hercules buff.
Mhm.
I feel like it was needed for him to stay on par with Bruisers, but they needed to take Bruisers down in the first place anyway. So
Yeah.
it was good and bad, I guess.
Do you think they need to up the damage on mages?
ADs, mages and ADs. Is it? Should
It's a long problem that I think that all the competitive players just need to, sit down and kind of discuss it right now.
Well, we haven't
Well,
had.
I think
Go for it, Khronox.
personally, what I think the biggest problem is that there's no real. You don't
Love
really
that.
get punished for building tanky.
Yeah.
There's no. You still have good damage output building tanky, and that's the biggest problem. Is that there's no. You don't get punished for it at all. I mean, hell, you see Mark of the Vanguard going on fucking hebos and shit. I mean, there's no.
Yeah.
You don't get punished for that at all. And that's where the problem is. You have to be punished one way or the other. You know.
Yep. That is true. I mean, it's just a big issue. What do you think about that, Gunmetal?
No, I think he's right.
Yeah.
I'm actually, honestly, getting pretty tired of Mark of the Vanguard being ran on pretty much every
Everyone?
single character.
Yeah, because it's
You know,
just so
it's-
good.
Yeah.
It makes
really
it so
is.
you just, I mean, on certain gods, like, they don't matter. They don't need, like, attack power at level 1. They just hit super hard, like Hebo. And, if they get Mark of the Vanguard, then they don't really get punished for, like, diving into creeps or anything like that. They don't take too much
Yeah.
damage from it.
You take
So,
way less
Yeah,
damage.
and they still
Yeah.
dish out the pain pretty
yeah,
harsh.
because at that
They still
level,
have their good damage output, and that's the problem right there. You have to get punished for one thing or the other. If you're gonna build tanky, your damage has to be shit. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
unless,
So, I mean, like-
unless you're
Well, it's also a huge problem with ranged AD right now. I mean, if you look at any of these scrims going on in the top level, there's no ranged AD.
yeah,
Or, well, I guess I should say it's really, really rare to see ranged AD. And that's for quite a few reasons. But it's just, I mean, Hide of the Nemean Lion is a big part of that. The fact that you can rush that, it's super cheap.
Yep.
yeah, it is. It's awesome.
And then,
the
you
hide
just
is-
run in with that and you sit in their face. They can't do anything because, body blocking plus Hide of the Nemean Lion, you attack and you're hurting yourself and you can't do any damage. So
yeah,
it's really strong. at the
especially
moment.
early game.
yeah. Hide's a little too cheap right now for how good it is.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are just building it, and Artemis and On-Hers are just destroying themselves in every fight.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, for all of you guys who weren't around when the current Hide of Nemean Lion was implemented, it said something like, and I still remember this, I have no idea why, that they changed Hide of Nemean Lion to exactly how it is now, and they put Hide of the Nemean Lion, the damage output for Reflect has been changed to 25%. AD carries, you have been warned. That's what it said. Not even kidding. So, you have been warned. It's been like that. It's gonna hopefully continue to be like that. Because,
That
why
they've been
not?
warned.
Well, it's the only Reflect.
Yeah, I
damage
mean,
in
it's
the
the only
game, right?
Thorns type.
Yeah, it's
if
the
you wanna
only
get-
Thorns thing in the game. There isn't anything magic equivalent, which makes sense because none of the magic people have magic
Well, then you'd be
power
bursting
held
yourself 500 damage instantly.
items. Yeah, because
And
it's,
that's not fun.
I don't know if 25% of 500, I'd be okay with critting them for 1500. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that trade.
It's one of the things. They just need to remove all damage off tank items.
Well, they
kind
can't.
of-
They don't have enough items. That's the problem. I mean, there just aren't enough items. If they remove the damage off a lot of the tank items, there'd be like
Well, then you
every
gotta.
tank would
Here's
build
the deal,
exactly
and I don't
the
even
same.
think the problem is that there's not a lot of items. There's not a lot of viable items.
Yeah.
We have a whole shit ton of items that nobody ever builds because they're pretty garbage.
Yeah.
I would rather see, instead of just putting in a whole bunch more items that nobody's going to use, let's at least revamp the crappy ones that we have now.
Yeah.
Make them usable. Because right now, you see pretty much the same builds on pretty much everybody. I mean, there's a couple of slight little variations, but there's tons of items that never ever get used because they're absolute garbage. And I would like to see that revamped before they give us more items. I don't think it's a needing more items. It's needing balance in the items that we currently have.
Yeah.
So, along with that balancing items, I asked in chat, and they'll probably hear this at roughly the same time they see that.
No.
What do you guys think of the Warlock Sash change? How has that changed Magic and carries in general? Or has that just been like a boon for Magic tanks? The change a few weeks ago was that instead of it giving you mana on stacks, it gives you health on stacks. So you can get... It's one of the very, very few, if only, Magic power health items.
It makes it a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Especially for like Alquangs
Hades
and Raws and yeah, like magical
I
gods.
love it on Hades. I love it on Hades. I think it's absolutely good. The change, I like the change. Overall, I do like the change. It was better for AK whenever it was mana, but
yeah.
And
that's
now
the
you
only
can put
god.
top too, though. So.
Well, exactly. So yeah,
people have been running.
it's all right. It's all the same. But I think it was a good change. Does it make Warlock Sash more viable? Yes. Will you see it being used more? Not sure about that, to be honest. I think for it to be effective, you have to rush it pretty early in the game.
Yeah, because it's 100 stacks, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You got to get stacks up fast. I mean, it's just like building a Heartseeker or anything else. You want the stacks up as quick as possible. You don't build Devo Gloves 6th item.
Yeah.
You know,
that's just not.
You want to build them quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
it's definitely like a first item.
Right. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna run it, you got to build it fast. And
You
I
pretty much
just-
get like a Mark of the Vanguard and Warlock Sash right at the start, though. Just max out
Yeah.
Warlock Sash.
Yeah, absolutely. Hope you don't plan on going anywhere very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Only get a sprint too.
yeah.
Good to go.
Heck yeah. All right, so did we want to like this patch is just a bunch of little tweaks, and you can go to blgaming.com and check out the patch again if you would like, or load up your client. I mean, it's right at the top there. Speaking of which,
They need to
hi-rez,
do
you
more
need to
to
put
help,
some
though.
more
They really
interesting
need to-
stuff. on
They
the
really
client.
need to help Hell some more. They tried,
Yeah.
but they need to help her some more.
Yeah.
They whenever they changed her cooldown, they really screwed her up so bad. That half a cooldown it broke her, in my opinion. They got to help Hell.
Well, didn't they do some changes to kind of go back on that?
Yeah, I mean, they did some new
Yeah,
changes.
but they reduced the cooldown some, but still not being able to go through a rotation and switch. I mean, you just don't have the damage output to really be effective. You have 2 skills, and then you have to switch stance and wait.
Yeah, but that was her problem in the first place. Was
She was too good.
she was too tanky, too sustainable, and did too much damage, like pretty much all within like
and if you
5
could,
seconds.
if you could use her well, I mean, she was by far the
she was
strongest.
devastating.
Yeah,
Because
she was,
yeah.
she could do a lot of
she was
healing,
banned
and
Just
a
like
lot
her
of
was a
damage.
little too hard. Yeah, no, you could never
Health
play
steal.
her. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. So, I mean, she has just double the amount of abilities almost that everybody else does. So, there's going to be a
Yeah.
little challenge in balancing
Yeah,
that.
it's one of those things of, I mean, with this awesome part of Smite being skill shot, and that there's not really many lock on or just, I guess, lock on items except for Neith now. You would think that they would want to push more of those gods that takes really fast reaction times to play, like Hell or Agni, where you can just destroy another Agni if you are just faster and better at clicking the keys faster.
Yes.
Laying his combos down right and stuff like that.
Or wrong. If
Or
you're
wrong,
faster.
yeah. If you're terrible and you just hit him wrong, and then it could punish you really, really badly because you misclicked.
Mm.
Because I think I would like to say that in StarCraft, if you accidentally click on a different, group of units and send them the wrong way, you're going to lose the battle really fast.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, if you do the wrong stuff, you're generally it's not going to turn out terribly well.
Yeah.
I guess this could be said for a lot of things. What do you think, Danger Beaver?
That's like, if you do something wrong, it's going to be bad. I mean, it's kind of like anything you do. It's like if you kick a ball in soccer the wrong way, it's gonna be bad. It's like everything possible. I mean, it's like if you ult at the wrong time with Hebo, or dash the wrong way with. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what this was in the first place.
I mean, like, look at
I don't
On Her,
know
for
where the
instance.
conversation was originally.
Like, look at on her, for instance, where if you can get the pillar up and pin him to the pillar really fast, you're going to be a very effective laner. If you have trouble getting the pillar and stunning them against it in a quick succession, then, you're not going to be nearly as effective. It seems like some of these gods, newer gods, or even just gods in general, are missing those kind of, twitch mechanics, I guess, the best way of putting it.
Yeah. Well, there's still a lot of twitch mechanics. Like, say with Vulcan, he's a lot more effective if you can lay down those turrets extremely fast. Like, if you can go bam bam on both of his turrets and then, like, fire his gun, that hurts a lot. If you've ever played against a Vulcan who has like quick cast,
Yeah.
it's harsh, like harsh, especially now with the change. So I mean, even with gods like Vulcan, which most of his skills, save one, are find their own targets.
Yeah.
I mean, it still matters how quickly and where you put everything. So.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Well done.
Well then. All right. So what's our next topic?
Well,
I'm done with these damn passionates.
yeah.
I mean, they weren't that amazing to begin with. I mean, they were kind of cool, but screw that shit. So what's up?
Just Poseidon.
Poseidon.
We want to talk about Poseidon a little bit.
Yeah.
Poseidon.
Picture I saw didn't have any nipples. It looked kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's all I have
He's
to say.
still a nippleless god.
Yeah.
So no babies will be confused by that.
No.
He looks really awesome. He's going to be a mage ranged carry, probably. I mean, all we know is this one, which is like a mini.
Melee ranged.
No, he's not
Or
melee.
He's
melee ranged.
Yeah, he's melee ranged.
They haven't revealed all his skills yet, but his one skill is his.
I think they data mined it.
Yeah, they
Oh, did they?
It. Yeah,
I don't know what it all is,
I have
but
it here.
Yeah, but I don't know how reliable that is, knowing how hi-rez
Yeah.
is and how much they like to change shit at the last minute.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm really not sure. I mean, Vulcan was going to be a mage carry, if we remember,
Yeah.
whenever they data mined his stuff.
Yeah.
I'm glad that.
RIP.
I'm glad they turned to me.
But I like how I just love the effect of his auto attack. It's just really cool, where he like sweeps his trident and it throws a water sling.
Yeah.
But his number one is that like
Poseidon
water
looks
wave. It's like a
good.
mini Hebo ult, except tiny. It does go through all things, and it does a knockback. Opinions on that first ability that we know yet? I mean,
Wait. Say that again.
his first ability will, if you shoot it at a creep wave or gods or whatever, it will go through all of them and it will knock them back.
Cool.
Mhm.
I like it.
I like.
Yeah.
It sounds like on her, basically.
Well, Anhur doesn't go through people though when he uses his. That's only his ult.
So I see some hilariousness in with him and Sobek.
Yeah.
He's like
Continuing on.
he's
Him
going
and
to
Hurt.
use that and
Yeah.
push
Him
the
and
enemy
Hurt, man.
god out of the other guy's ultimate, and it's just
Oh, yeah,
just
I mean,
gonna be
it's-
like the
it's-
Sobek angriness all over again.
Put Hercules, Sobek, Anhur, and Poseidon together, and they can walk him all around the map.
Yeah,
Right.
and it'll be hilarious.
Yes, you will
That's all I
not.
have to say.
Now, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Any speculation on what the Kraken ultimate will be? You think Kraken's going to come out of the ground and go kind of a
huge
Sobek?
AoE hurt. Huge
It'll-
AoE hurt.
Well, yeah, that seems. I mean, you think he'll come out of the ground and like lash around or something and just do damage and knock people around? That's kind of my thought.
I'm thinking
That
something
would be
like,
bad.
Fizz's ult from League.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm thinking.
I
Something
think
like
that's
Fizz's
what
ult.
everyone is expecting. It'll be
So,
pretty cool,
Watch
though,
it fall
to
from the
see.
sky.
So what you're saying is it's Sobek's ult with the get in the water and, or is it
Except
just
it's a big badass Kraken.
yeah?
yeah, it's
Wanna
like
use
that,
a
only
Kraken
different.
with Sobek's
who
ult at the same
Who
time.
wants a Sobek when you can have a Kraken?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sobek's like a mini Kraken. He's a little gator. Kraken's like gigantic.
I really hope it's big and it's not just like a tiny shark.
Okay, I do want to make a comment about that. For instance,
What little shark jumps out, does half your health.
Little shark, yeah.
little minnows come out of the water and eat you. One thing I do want to complain about, like since I do the top 5 and we work on this stuff, the one thing that's really irritating when you're trying to find good shots for plays is all of the ultimates going off at once. You can't see shit. Like I will get it like right in the middle of a team fight and hit pause, and then like, where can I go and still tell what the fuck is going on? Because you got like if you have Bacchus ults, Ao Kuang's with Ao Kuang ults, and Jablanc's the worst. Oh my god, that's just if there's a Jablanc ult, just don't even bother because you can't see through the bubble. And
Nope.
you know, it's just or everybody's got this funny looking bubble around them. And
Which is hilarious.
so I think that's something I actually need to change in the spec mode to be like turn ultimate or effects down
Turn
some
the
so I
particles
can
down, yeah.
so I can tell what the hell's going on.
But it doesn't look as pretty, so that you can't like go all slow mo and then move
Oh,
all
yeah, I
around
mean-
the guys, and then you see all
see
come
every
and
water droplet.
annihilate them. And
But the problem is you go like, you know, you pause it and you're like, where is he? Because there was literally a couple ones, like the one where hi-rez bowled over 3 people in the Minotaur area. I paused it right in the middle, went right down the path and all around it, and I could not see Ymir. He was just covered with all the effects. All I saw was a little health bar that says his name. I was just like, that's great.
that's awesome.
So it's like, use your imagination. He's there somewhere. So I digress.
Yes, you do.
I do.
So, any other awesome
Speculation on Poseidon,
on Poseidon?
besides minnows coming out of the water and nibbling on your
See,
toes.
are we
I
gonna
try
have
not
it?
to speculate, honestly, because I tend to be wrong whenever I make assumptions. So, I
So
try
then
not
make
to
the
do that.
assumption that it's the worst, so we cannot have that.
My assumption is going to be that none of his skills work together and no one plays them. You said the worst. That's about how it would go.
Yes.
I want Guan Yu number 2.
Honestly,
Yes.
Guan Yu number 2.
Yes.
Bard announced today they're giving away with the 30 God Pack. Too.
Yes, they are.
Yes. For all of you guys
That
who
is
have
so
the
awesome.
30 God Pack, you get Poseidon now.
You get 31 gods.
yeah, you get 31
Congratulations.
gods. Yeah. Good
You
call
have-
on buying that.
You complained
Shouts out
enough.
to hi-rez for doing that because they didn't have to do that.
No, they
And
did
we would
not.
have all bought the son of a bitch anyway.
Yep.
So shouts out to them for doing that because that's what's up. That's cool.
I wonder if they did it because they're like, wait, will anyone use it if they don't get it?
Yeah,
for
they did
free?
it because he's terrible.
They're like,
I
wait,
think it was
no one's
more
gonna buy
of
this
the
guy
game's
if we
not
can't use
actually
him.
actually released, and they're like, we're not ready for release, so just have a free god instead.
Yeah.
Was what I think they were just trying to do. with
Yeah,
that.
pretty much. Because I remember 30 gods they were planning release.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Pretty
hell,
much.
if that's how they're going to do it, I hope they delay it so much another month and a half.
Free stuff for everybody. So, has anyone noticed an increase in the population of the game? Since it's open beta
Somewhat.
and everything.
Not really.
Somewhat, yeah. I have definitely somewhat. It's not huge, but I mean, it is getting some more people in. I think most of the people that are playing the game are already here for the most part. But it is bringing some people in. Not a lot, but I'd say probably maybe 5-8% is new people since open beta.
Interesting.
We lost our player counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
we don't know
I know.
anymore.
Well, that was kind of skewed anyway, because I mean, how many of us have?
Yeah, all the
this?
Smurfs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really curious actually as to actually the active community size, just for
Yeah.
names.
I know they announced more than 1 million accounts have been made, but
Yeah.
we
Although I mean,
all have 5 accounts or whatnot.
if you break that down and just
Exactly.
assume that only 10% played, that's still 10,000 people at any given time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad.
which is not bad at all. So
No.
I mean, think of
No.
it. May. We've been doing this since the
And they
end
all
of May.
recognize you. Actually, only 1 out of 10. But
Yes, it's very annoying. Well, it's not annoying,
Hey,
but
guys, you got to think too. Smite is still very young.
yeah, it is.
so
It's still
young.
very
Yeah.
young.
So young.
And I
Gotta-
really do feel like they're on the right path and that
Mhm.
things are going in the right direction where it is going to grow and be a fairly large game. I do feel that way. I feel like they're taking the right steps to try to keep it legit. Where, no
Word.
offense to hi-rez, but they kind of dropped the ball with tribes.
Yep. I think they know
they're
that.
trying
too.
really hard not to drop the ball this time, which
Yeah.
I hope is what the deal
They
is.
better not.
And
I
if
know
they,
where you
if
work.
they do that, it's going to be big. It'll be big.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I really want it to be big. Obviously, a lot of us want it to be big
Yes.
because
We
we're all
don't want it to
playing
be
the professional
small.
side of it. We don't want it to be small game. So, my challenge to everybody would be get one of your friends and convert them. Because lately I've been hearing success stories of people saying, "Yeah, I got my friend. I finally pestered him enough, and he played Neith, and he's like, oh my god, I love it." Because
Hey, I
whatever.
got my 3 uncles to start the game probably a month ago. So, bringing people in, man. Keep going. Everybody, bring them people in. The more we get people in this game playing, the bigger it's going to grow. And that means more money for us,
Yep.
honestly. That means more money for us. We all want money, right? I mean, come on.
Well,
I do want to point out that, granted, they did just put it in the Smite game TV, or in the client, the TV portion of it, but I've noticed, just right off the bat, I've noticed that a month ago, Smite game stream wouldn't ever really break 1,000, and now it's hitting almost 1,000 on regular streaming time. It's not like a big special announcement time or anything like that. Big special announcement times usually get 2,000. Like 1,500 to 2,000, maybe 2,500 depending on what it is.
Yeah. Pon-Pon's holding 1,000, 1,100 at frickin' early ass o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Early ass o'clock in the morning, because that time sucks.
It does, so everybody's
Only
busy.
if there's a lot of people there and they like Pon-Pon.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's... Can't complain. You can just see those numbers and watch it grow a little bit every day.
Thank you, Dandelion. Neith's win is awesome. They need to do that with every new god.
Give him a song.
Give him a song. Give him a dance that goes,
give
with
him
that
jiggle.
Song.
Give him jiggles.
I don't care about the jiggle. Dude, all I want is a song and dance.
A song and dance. Mm-hmm.
It's not like I want to be a pirate in the Pirates of Penzance. Jeez. I mean, it's not that hard.
God.
You like that, didn't you? Didn't you like that?
I did.
Yeah. I actually performed that musical one time.
I still have no idea what you're talking about, but that's okay.
When do we ever have any idea what Revel is talking about?
Modern Major General. Never heard of it?
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
Yeah.
That's, you know why I know that?
Oh, do tell.
Babylon 5. Thank you. I am the very modern of a modern Major General.
Yeah, yes. Vitamin and mineral.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I know the facts
that
historical.
is digressing.
Yes.
This is Smite and not a musical.
We'll make the Smite musical as we dance around and sing.
Yes.
All right, so I guess that ends our Poseidon
I'm
speculation.
just waiting for the god that I can fit with that song. It's going to be so fun.
So, Gunmetal, tell us about what it was like to face Root in the finals match of My Revenge.
Facing Root wasn't really different from any other of the tournaments because we've been in a couple of the My Revenge before and we keep getting them first round. And they're always usually really good matches, but we just can't seem to close the deal. But we had a lot of practice, and we've had some roster changes, and we're trying to go in the right direction to, get to that level. And I think we're on the right path right now.
Nice.
Most definitely.
I mean, number 2.
Yeah, y'all do it well, man. Shouts out to y'all. Y'all knocked us out in the semis. I mean, y'all played a hell of a game, bro.
Yeah, I remember whispering you and having some fun with it in that match.
Yeah, it was good shit,
but
man.
I mean,
it was
fun. I always like facing the top team because I like to get that challenge and I like to see what we need to work on.
We play you guys quite often. We seem to come up against you guys a lot, and it's always fun playing you guys. It really is. We enjoy playing you guys. So shouts out to y'all, man.
Yeah, it's always fun.
So, what did you guys think of these brackets this past tournament from the My Revenge? They look a little odd. Anyone, maybe?
They were pretty stacked at the
for the top side. Yeah, that side was pretty nasty up there.
And at first, Root was down in the bottom bracket with all of us, and then they got swapped up there, and we were all just like, okay.
Yeah.
We're like, thank God.
Well, okay, yeah. Honestly, yeah, I was like, woohoo! So
we might actually get somewhere this time because all the other guys aren't just going to kick our ass. Damn it. I mean, you guys proved right there with the finals game. It was very impressive. I mean, you guys definitely put up a very good fight. It wasn't like they just destroyed you or anything like that. It was
didn't wimp out at all.
Yeah,
a lot of the people in the stream chat and everything. 10 minute surrender. I feel bad for these guys. And that's all good fun, but they can underestimate us and
Yeah. I mean, don't pay attention to that.
We like it. No, we don't pay attention to it. We just go in and we play and.
Exactly.
When you're against 5 of the biggest streamers, you kind of have to expect people to be like, "Oh, these people are bad."
Yeah, they're all noobs because we haven't heard of them.
It feels all the more greater whenever you succeed and you do it.
Oh,
you
yeah.
do it well.
Yes. See, that's
the thing about it.
That's the greatest thing you guys specifically have in your favor is nobody's particularly gunning for you, and you guys have all the time in the world to keep poking and shooting and trying to take down Root. When you do, it's going to be like, oh!
Yeah. Getting a lot of bad rap too because we're actually the top of the team ranked leaderboard, and it's just that we play team ranked when our team is on, and my lane partner Riddick doesn't get on until 11 Eastern, so we try to play at night, but we just can't play at any other time unless it's the weekend. You know, so people are all upset about that, and like, you know, think we remade our team to get rid of our losses or whatever. You know, and they can't do the math apparently of when that patch came out and when our team was made, and see that there's been no team reset or anything like that.
Well, hey, bro, here's the whole deal, Gunmetal. Haters gonna hate, man. Don't even pay attention to nothing. They gonna hate. No, I mean, you know what it is. Everybody knows this. People that hate like that, they're jealous. That's what it is. Man.
Is this
you got
the
top
same?
spot, won't it?
The same team rankings where I look at the teams on there and there's substantially more wins than losses. Just if you add them up, one's way
add up
higher.
the total.
Yeah. Yeah, if you add up team ranked, like the wins are like 3 times higher than the number of losses. And you're like, wait a second, there's something wrong here.
And there's like new teams. You have to have like 6 matches to be on there, and I think there's some new teams that don't have. You know, just they might have a lot more losses.
Yeah, you just can't see them yet.
Maybe what's skewing the win-loss ratio.
It's very interesting.
Some teams maybe have deleted it themselves if they've lost a lot of games and they do want to reset, but.
To be honest with you, I just equated it to the fact that y'all played the shit out of team ranked.
No, that's pretty much just, you know, we would try to queue for it at nighttime, and if we got some.
Yeah, it seems like there's never anyone playing team ranked.
Usually not anybody playing it.
I can't catch them. Yeah, every time I queue up, me and the team, we queue up, it's just like we wait for a while, and it's like, man, screw this, let's just go Conquest. That seems to be where everybody still is any damn way.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the top teams basically have to, you know, set it up like a scrim. They're like, okay, we're going to get on here, and if they don't either don't get a match or, you know, random people pop up.
I will say the Skype team captains chat is so useful for that. I appreciate you for starting that, get that cranked up, because it really is useful to do that.
Our pleasure.
You're welcome. I thought it'd be good to have a place for you guys to meet and coincide with
you know what? That's
each
kind
other.
of cool. That's the cool thing about this community is that, you know, MOBA communities are toxic. We all know this. We all know this.
Especially
but at least this
confined
community
spaces.
is not that toxic to where we can have the team's representative all be in one place and it's not a horrible troll fest. I think that's really good and shines a good light on the community.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it's one of those things we have to self-regulate as a community. We can't.
Yeah, we do.
We got to try and weed out the bad ones and just kind of push them off to the side and be like, that's not us. We're all this. We want to be nice guys. We're the people that, you know, we just want to hang out, have fun, play a game, have a good time. We don't want to just start shit and have problems. So just do it as best we can and hope for the best.
Real serious right now, you know, and the game's still so young. I mean, I don't know why people are getting so upset. Like, they got to make up all these rumors to make themselves feel better or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be.
I like to make myself feel better. I do like to feel
better. but not at the expense of other people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's exactly. Well said, sir. Well said.
Cheers.
Nice. So do you have anything else you wanted to talk about, Gunmetal, about your My Revenge? Are you guys going to be playing in both tournaments this weekend, the My Revenge and the Cursed one, because that's happening this weekend as well?
Yeah, we're gonna be playing in both the tournaments this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I just signed us up today for the Cursed tournament, and I'll be signing us up for My Revenge as well. So I'm excited to see how both those tournaments turn out.
Yeah.
Other stuff to talk about. Our manager is we're considering, you know, throwing a tournament maybe on some random Friday night. You know, we'll have more details on that later, but it'll be some sort of invitational or whatnot, you know, and just kind of getting more things rolling for the community, you know, as it grows.
Legit,
which would be nice.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know, we'll have some sort of prizes in there, or, you know, gems, or, you know, what have you.
That'll be fun.
Legit.
That will be fun. So we're getting saturated with tournaments here. We have the
That's good. That's a good thing.
It is. Yeah. I very much like it, especially for the fact that My Revenge is happening at the same time as the casually competitive, because that gives all the pros no reason to be smurfing in my tournament. They can stay the fuck out and like let us casual people have fun and have a good time. Because that's the whole point of my casual tournament, is to have fun. Not to just get demolished by Repicos because it's a jackass, but that's okay. The reason why there is a 2300 ELO cap. Because at first it was just like, you just can't be a pro, and then he comes in and is like, yeah, we're not a pro, and I'm like, okay, you can play, and then
I'm gonna stop everyone.
Yes.
You die now.
Yeah, it was just disgusting. So we were like, nope, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, and one other thing I'd like to mention is Myoelectric is actually it's a YouTube channel that a friend of mine and I have been running for a while, and we've both been like partners in Machinima since like 2008.
Wow.
So we have a lot of content and a lot of content videos, and now that Smite's kind of getting bigger and bigger, I'm gonna start putting content on there. Probably getting some playtime with hi-rez employees, and making some funny videos. But I encourage everybody to go check out the channel and check out the videos. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Nice.
Cool.
And that's kind of where we came from, and we're using it as our team name to we'll
Promote
have the
that.
promotion with the channel to help Smite grow and
Yeah.
help
Now you need
promote
to-
everything all around and make the game bigger.
And they need to run that
Bart.
like a league.
Hey Bart, whatever happened to our match with hi-rez that we were supposed to have, and the t-shirts you were supposed to send us if we won?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that right there?
Danger Bieber
That
is
was
calling
scheduled
you out,
like
man.
months ago. I mean, Fixie kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, but we're still here.
No problem with
We
that.
still have your challenge right here. I want
Yeah.
the autographed t-shirts from hi-rez.
Yes,
Please, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Please and thank you. So, I also wanted to say, someone messaged me this, that the Curse tournament is double bans. So,
Yes. So you get 2 bans per
Yes.
side.
Yeah, that's kind of
Enjoy
weird though, because we
that.
don't have like 60 gods like some other games do.
You have 10 Thors,
Well-
we call 10 Bacchuses.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that we have enough gods where we can barely do 2 bans a team, just
We can-
barely, and it's kind of stretching it. But right now, I think we can barely pull that off. And
We can
Yeah.
do it. You're gonna be seeing some new comps this weekend.
Yes, you
What
will.
I think,
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I like
yeah,
that. That's,
I'm actually looking forward to it.
I'm pretty
wanna-
sure we're going to see a whole lot of Ymir, Sobek, Vamana, Bacchus band, and that's just going to shake everything up.
I want to see people banning Raw Agni, and then I want to see what people run mid, other than, I guess, tanks, but
Vamana.
I mean,
Ban Raw, Agni, and Vamana. And then let's watch Kali go mid again.
or you could just ban
I'd
Ymir
like to see it.
and Sobek.
Loki mid for the win.
And make them run
I'd
a different
love
lane.
to see that in, like, a tournament, just see Loki mid. Oh, that'd make my day.
Yeah.
It would be pretty awesome.
Shing mid.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I
Lord,
think double
don't say
mids.
that. You made my head hurt.
Double mids should be double bans should be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, because I can't think of anything offhand that would really cripple. So,
It's like Khronox was saying. It's like
Now
we're
quadruple
almost
bans.
at the edge of being able to do that, and then it's like 1 ban per side. It just isn't quite enough, and 2 is maybe a little bit too much right now. But
no, 2
it's
is
getting
just
there.
right. 3 would be outright not so good.
That'd be
Well,
awesome.
but you can't balance it. There's no way to balance
Yeah.
3 bans.
Yeah.
No way in
Or
hell.
5
so,
bans,
I mean,
because that would be hilarious.
you have to go 4 for a while. I mean, that's the good thing though. Is since we're barely on that cusp of pretty much being able to do 4, but not quite, we'll be able to have 4 bans for a while, and it'll still feel comfortable.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
It
see.
will.
I
I'm very
see the
excited to
tournament.
see that. So, all right. Well, we'll move on. Move on to our other topics, which I will have to pull up again because every time I pull it up, my stream starts and I pause it and it still won't go away. It's just forcing you to watch it. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all of our topics we wanted to discuss specifically. So, open phones. If you would like to call us up, ask questions, discuss topics, bring up any arguments we may or may not have talked about, please feel free to do so. It is now Smite Talk. You can call us up on Skype at Smite Talk. You like that? Oh, yes. So nice. So
Really?
nice.
That's what you came...
Hey, it was just like super simple. That was the idea. Is it super simple? Oh, so that brings me to one of the other topics that I did want to talk about was since Beyond the Rift has been going for 84 episodes now, and we have jumped around from game to game for a little while, and we finally settled into Smite. It's about time to name us something else that's Smite related, because I mean, like, Smite's where we're gonna stay. I don't think we're gonna be bouncing off anytime soon. So, I want your suggestions if you would like to message them to Smite Talk. And let me know some suggestions or throw them in the chat. But, I mean, some ideas we had were like, I mean, we could just be like Beyond the Rift Smite web show, but we're trying to get like Rift out of there in general because a lot of people are like, yeah, I confuse you with the, yes, Beyond the Drift.
Just call it Talk Show of the Gods.
Talk show of the gods.
Well, we actually
that.
we need to put Smite in the name somewhere.
Why?
Like, because it's just what we need to do.
Why?
Just
I
do
mean, really? Smite
Yes.
in there? Somewhere?
it. It's some fashion.
that's gonna be
Unless
tricky.
it's like a Smite web show, maybe at the end. Like, colon Smite web show.
Mmm.
Yeah, not Smite Talk.
Damn it! My foot's stuck in the
If your
cable.
name is Smite Talk, I'll slap you.
Yeah.
agree.
Don't
That's
worry.
just
That's the
bad.
catchiest name I've ever heard.
Smite
is.
Talk. That's
a lot
Okay,
like
so
Dota Talk.
speaking of catchy names, call us up on Smite Talk.
See, I want
I'd
late
say.
night Smite.
Late night
Smite
Smite.
night. I want something with night and Smite.
Yeah,
Friday Night Smite.
except it's Thursday.
Yes, it's Thursday.
But it's-
and-
Yeah, it's Thursday.
But we should do that. We should call it Friday Night Smite and do it on Thursday. That'd confuse the hell out of everybody.
Yeah, because that would be a
Danger
great way
Beaver
to
and
get people to
Friends.
come. Danger Beaver and Friends? No, that's your show.
Danger Beaver and Friends.
Wow.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say to that. Wow.
Wow.
Smite Beaver Fever.
Wow. I'm liking this.
I like this. I'm okay with this. We got this. Totally no copyright there. No copyright issues at all.
No,
It could be
Right, of
Thursday
course
Night
not.
Smite.
that's not a bad one. Thursday Night Smite.
Thor. Oh,
Thursday Night
that's
Smite.
pretty. That's actually creative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
I'll have to think about that one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a decision that we're gonna have to make at some point now.
Yep.
Names are
Sometime
hard.
in the nebulous future.
Yeah, next couple of weeks we'll work on that, getting that decided on. Maybe we'll put up a nice little vote that we can vote on it, and like
There you
pick
go.
some of our, get some suggestions, then put them up in a vote and let people vote, and we'll have to see what we like. Because of course the final decision rests with me, not him.
Yay.
Because
No,
damn
no,
it, it's
man.
my show.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn it.
Damn
Damn
it.
it.
It's like that, dog. It's like that.
Yes.
Super manly inter-team exposition hour.
Smite.
Nice.
Fucking Bart. Oh my
Yes.
god. That's fucking classic.
Oh, it is.
That is good.
Let's, yeah, just go tell your friends. Let's go watch Super Manly Inter-Team Exposition Hour.
Yes.
see how that works.
Yes, I can't wait to hear the
Hell
really
yeah.
bad jokes with inter-team exposition.
Inter-team.
Will we get a ticket for that?
We might.
Exposition.
We are in the South.
We could.
Oh God. Wow.
Damn it, man.
All right. So people aren't calling up fast enough, and that's disappointing.
I know. Call us up on Smite Talk.
Yeah,
And-
we're confusing people because I'm sure Perfect Rain's blowing up.
No. Well, it's not being
Baz,
played.
Baz, where's Baz at?
He cannot bring his laptop to work anymore.
All right, we have a
It's a
we have
terrible thing.
We have a caller.
We have a
really,
caller.
really?
Yes,
Oh
yes.
God, I hope it works right.
Yo, what up, though?
How's
Hey,
it going?
Mr. Unicorn
Of
Yeah,
weed.
how's it going, guys?
of small shrubbery.
Yes.
It's like if you're listening like in the background, like you can barely hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Go
We're
ahead.
working on that.
Alright, hold on, let me get some headphones, that'll help.
Why do I hear an echo?
So, apparently, according to Alecyte, I sound like Jerby. What's up with that? Do I sound like Jerby?
Yes.
Sounds like Jerby.
You sound just like Derby. Next question.
Damn it! Alright, so what I actually want to talk about is On Her, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, and I actually don't know if the Smite community in general has noticed, but his stats, like his health scaling, his damage scaling, are completely insane.
Who?
They're so
Who
good.
is this?
He's
On
got
Her.
really high base damage with a +3 scaling
Yeah.
that he's only on
Here, mute your stream.
Shibalanki and
I believe he is higher than everyone. I don't think anyone's higher than him.
yeah, he's like he ends up with 3 more base attack damage than Shibalanki. And then his health scaling's really good. Like he is better defensive scaling than Thor. And he's a ranged AD. The fuck is up with that?
But they I mean, they need to be because, I mean, I think their base does need to go a bit down, maybe a tiny bit early game, but late game, I mean, AD is totally different in this game over any other game. I mean, I've said this before, but you can't just go around people. If there's a tank in your face, you either run away or you attack the tank. You can't just, you know, oh, your arrow magically goes over the tank and hits the AD carry behind them.
Yeah.
So they have to be a lot stronger end game than, you know, any other game, and that's the problem we're facing right now, where AD carries are so weak because, you know, tank rushes Nemean Lion, maybe I don't know, Sovereignty, some other stuff like that, and the AD carry does nothing late game. So they have to be stronger than, you know, any other game. They have to scale up with every other god in the game.
I agree.
Yeah. You know, what you said.
Khronox, do you have an opinion? Gunmetal? Either one of you?
Well, I think more of his point was based towards on her in general, is compared to other AD carries. Am I right there?
Yeah, that's true. It's only Shibalanki and on her that scale at +3 per level. Everyone else is +2.
Right.
So that ends up with 20 more
that's-
attack damage than the other AD carries.
Yeah, that's I think that's on that note. I think that is kind of backwards. If he's going to have, because he does have better health scaling than say, you know, an Artemis or whatnot. But what you have to realize is the damage potential just from like her steroid is probably the more reason for that, because really on her, he does not really have all that great damage from his skills. Let's face it, late game his ulti's not all that great.
No,
You
it's
know,
almost better
kinda
to
shit.
melee him.
It's
Yeah.
right. It's kind of really crappy. Whereas, you know, with an Artemis, just having, you know, that steroid late game in her kit that she can, you know, pop pretty consecutively gives her just an ability to push that nobody else has. And, you know, XB, well, I think XB needs a little bit of rework, but with his one, he can do basically the same thing as far as getting some shit down with some slow and really critting the hell out of people. So that's probably why on her gets a little bit better life scaling and damage scaling, in my opinion. If that answers your question.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
I'm
does.
trying to think of the passives on everybody too. You know, kind of looking at their kits all around for each ranged AD and why it might be different for everybody.
Yeah, because a lot of them have buffs to damage, and on her's attack speed is kind of slow.
Yeah, I mean, R gets a critical strike chance buff when she hits, which can be pretty big.
Yeah, it's huge.
But on her also gets like the debuff, you know. So, but it's only
Oh my
a physical
gosh.
power debuff, so it's hard to say.
What?
Definitely is.
Our hair demon,
Oh.
yours is to the right, like, well, depending
Oh my
on,
God.
like,
It's
the vision, and mine's the other way. It's so weird. Oh, God.
Now you know how you look, Alecyte.
Except I'm a lot sexier. That's all right.
And older.
And older, yes.
Yeah.
I am the
Much
cougar
older,
to his young man.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
have
don't wanna even
kids.
go there.
I'm not planning on kids for another, like, 20, 40, 80 years, something like that.
I hope you don't wait 80
Lol.
years, because that would be creepy.
And then
Yeah,
he'd be
don't
like,
do
what,
that.
40 when he had kids?
Do what?
Then he'd be like 40 when he had kids, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's,
Implying I want kids
he's
at all.
currently negative 50.
Yes. Exactly.
Kids are annoying.
Yeah, well,
It's true.
they stay
But,
that way for quite a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stay with you for 8 years. They leech off of your money.
8
They
years?
wake you
Yeah.
up. at
Only
night.
8 years? Damn it! I've still got one too many.
You're gonna be a terrible father.
You're like, you're died. Get out.
My oldest son would be crying outside. Why are you making me sleep on the patio? It's cold out here. Yes. The cats would keep him warm.
With Alecytes.
Oh,
Wow.
see, what are we talking about? Smite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So about that Smite.
Something
Nice.
about AD. I don't know. I mean, like, on her, he has some utility, but he's mostly based in damage. You know, if you look at Neith, she has a whole bunch of utility. Cupid has a whole bunch of utility.
Yep. Heals.
sheet blanket is supposed to be, tons of damage. On her,
Well, hold on. Let me stop you right there. Hold on. What did you call him?
sheet blanket. Yes.
Okay, and I had to say this. I hate to interrupt you, but I had to say this is my fucking pet peeve. And every time I hear somebody say that, or Shiblanky or whatever, you know the meme where Batman's smacking the shit out of Robin? Every time I think of it, and I think of Shibalanke whenever you click on him in the lobby and he goes, Shibalanke, I just want to smack the shit out of you and go, Shibalanke, every time. Just picture that in your head real good. Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
God.
Okay,
I
continue.
started
I'm sorry.
saying that. Someone in the BLG chat just started calling him sheet blanket, so I just started calling him that because I can't pronounce his name. It's like
Okay.
Jablanke,
Every time you-
I'm pretty sure it's Shibalanke.
Shibalanke.
It's
Shibalanke.
so fun.
Sound it out.
Just think of every time.
Sound
just
it out.
Think of Robin, man, smacking the shit out of Robin. Shibalanke. It's easy.
It's X-Balanche.
X-Blanchies.
Blanche.
How hard can we butcher his name right now?
I just call
We
him
call him
Spa.
X balance.
I just call him X-Ball.
X.
X blanket.
Yeah.
It's no fun.
He has crossed
And then we
balls.
just like totally go off topic and have no idea what we're talking
Dude,
about.
So-
it's not totally off topic. We're still talking about Smite.
Yes, we
It
are.
was only mostly off topic.
It's just mostly off topic. Yes.
Right.
True. It's true.
So,
X
Still
balance.
entertaining as fuck, though.
Hell
so
yeah.
It's cool.
It is.
so
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the other gods offer a lot of utility, and it's pretty much Shiblanc and Anhur that offer almost purely damage. I mean, they don't really have. I
his
mean,
ult
Anhur's got
has
a pillar,
lot of
but
utility.
Shibalanke's ultimate though is so good.
Yeah, it is.
it isn't.
It is. No, it
isn't,
just
isn't.
is.
It just has to be timed well, obviously.
It's just so confusing. There's
Yeah.
nothing else that confusing in the game.
thing about it
except
is what makes it so good, especially in a team fight, a chase, any situation, is that if you have to make them stop, even if it's just for that little second, just that little stop, that's usually enough time to where you can initiate, you can secure a kill. There's a lot of things that you can do just with making them stop for just that split second to negate the stun.
Yep. Or if they're initiating on your team, you could just pop that, and that just stops. That they don't know where you are. They can't see you. Nothing.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a really strong ability.
It is. It is.
Very good.
Yep.
I think
And-
that's actually one of the best things about Smite, though, is that the ranged ADs have a lot of utility. You're not just this asshole who does a lot of damage, doesn't really do anything
Click,
else.
click, click.
Yeah.
Click, click.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I don't know. With the whole meta right now, just something needs to be done, and I don't know.
I'll agree with that. Something.
I
needs
feel
to be
like
done.
if you remove Mark of the Vanguard, the meta will change completely, because support
Yeah.
will just be able to dick
it
around
totally
like
would.
assholes, taking your
Yeah.
damage and doing whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That is true.
Yeah, but we also
I
have
agree.
Hide Enemy Lion, which is like god tier item for what is it, 20?
Well, it needs to be. Well, that's the
2,000?
problem. It's too goddamn cheap.
Yeah.
It's too goddamn cheap.
If they
Way
make it like
too cheap.
3K?
They have got to it needs to be like
3K?
600 more gold.
I'd go with 300 more gold. I wouldn't go with 600 because if it was
No,
that much more,
80
I want more than.
physical protection.
If it's like 2600, I want more than
You can
200
tower
health.
dive at like level, I don't even know.
At level
Wait,
level
3.
like
It needs to cost
7.
like it needs to cost like 2,600 easily.
Yeah.
I think they should just remove the health from it.
Really?
Yeah, because then
That
it's
would-
just physical
that would-
protection. It doesn't help you in any other way.
Well, that would be terrible.
It would counterrange it. It would be very specific. So
Yeah.
you get this thing for this one thing, but then it's useless for everything else.
Well, we were having a discussion earlier about making sure that items were viable. And if you're going to have an option with a tank item that gives you AD, like AD protection, that's all it does. Literally, that's it. When there's so many other items that give you that plus health plus this other thing, or well, it gives you the reflect too.
Right.
But
That
people
reflect's
just aren't
pretty
going to get it because there's going to be items that are only a few hundred more gold that are going to be so much better.
Yeah, but what if it's,
That's
I
the
mean,
problem
what
with
if the
balancing
entire
it.
game was kind of made so that items had a more specific role in general? I mean, the game's not like that right now. A lot of the items are, buy it and do everything. But if the game was in more of a style where every item was more focused towards a single thing,
Well, see, that's the thing is that we have no. I mean, we as the competitive community have defined roles, but as far as the game, there is no defined role. There's just not. You can carry with a tank. You can, it's not defined. I mean, we as the competitive community have decided, okay, well, Ymir is a support. Okay, we decided that. The game didn't. If you wanted to, you could build fucking Magic Ymir and run around wrecking people's face all day long. But, I mean, that's the thing about it, is it's not specific at all. And a lot of people like that about the game. So I don't know if really making the items more specific would really help. I think it would kind of be counterproductive to the uniqueness of the game as a whole. I like the fact that you can have wonky ass builds and wreck with it, and still do conform to the norms as well, and it be it work out for you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much for your call, Weed Unicorn.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Yes,
Have a
thank
good
you.
one. All right. Our next person up, we have a call, and they have a question for Gunmetal.
Mr. Kevin, are you there?
Here we go.
Yeah, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Sir.
All right. First off, I'd like to congratulate Gunmetal. You guys had an amazing showing. I watched that. I watched the game. I noticed you guys. I've seen you guys scrimming RG and Root before, and you guys really improved over the past couple of weeks. This is kind of a question I want you to answer, but I know you may not.
Where do you live,
the
and what's your
competitive
social
scene
security
right
number?
now has been dominated by My Revenge EU, Root, Curse, and the current BLGNA. Do you guys think you've gotten to their level to breach the top 4 teams? And if so, who do you think you take off that list?
It's hard to say, I mean, all the teams are pretty strong, So, I mean, that's a hard answer for me to come up with. I mean, we're just playing, and we just enjoy the game, and we just try to play and have fun. We just want to give the best teams like a good run for their money, and
And
Yeah.
win.
They're going to
and
take off
learn
the team
from
that they
every match
beat.
that we play.
Do you consider yourself a top 4 team right now?
Top
just
4
answer that.
team.
Top 4. Off of the 4 names. You don't have to answer who you think.
Yeah,
you're
you don't
better
have
than.
to answer this, by
Off
the
of
way.
My Revenge EU, Root, Curse, and BLGNA, do you think you're a top 4 team, taking one of those off the list? Or do you think you're like 5th place right now?
Or you could be
I'd
4
say
and a
it would
half.
be very close. I mean, when we put our try hard pants on, I mean, we can really do some work,
So
But it's I don't really want to put any other team down, because
Right.
every team
I know.
is
You don't have to
strong
name a
in their
team.
own
You don't have
in
to
their
name
own
a team.
rights.
I changed it. You don't have to name a team. I just want to know if you think you guys
I
are a top
changed the
4 team.
rules. Of course they do.
There would be no point if they didn't want
Yeah, I mean,
to believe
we're
that.
fucking-
They would be like, why try? Of course they
We're
believe they're a
number
top 4
one right
team.
now. I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool.
They're number 2.
They're number 1. Just because they came in second, that's a
Number
fluke.
1 team ranked world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't touch this.
It's all about team
It's
ranks.
true.
It is.
I mean, if the other teams play team ranked, it might actually be more interesting.
Yeah. We could get more interesting casts out there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Demon will love that. So we can
Yeah.
go and get all those replays there.
It was thanks.
That was
You
sub-
outed me.
We were trying to
It was
go for
trying to be
subtle,
subtlety.
but
no.
then Danger Beaver's like, bam, right in there. Jeez.
He's like the guy that's like, I'm sitting here holding a gun, and he's
Freaking-
like, hey, look, everybody, that's his idea.
Freaking Danger Beaver.
Terrible
I
person.
am Danger Beaver.
In my honest opinion, I think any of these top teams can beat any other team on any given day.
Yep.
Yes.
So it's hard to really claim the top spot when you see the My Revenge tournament, like the monthly final.
Mhm.
PCG getting knocked out first round and going down to losers bracket and coming back and winning the whole thing.
Yep.
I don't really consider anyone like the number 1 team. I kind of consider a lot of the teams, the top teams right now, to be pretty much at the same level. And each team can win or lose, on any given day and any given match. It's one subtle
That's
mistake that can
Exactly.
be a game changer.
That's it right there. It's the one moment, and the whole game turns around. So
Yep.
I feel like we are a very strong team, and our games against Root in the tournament were kind of proof of that. I felt we could have won those games had we not made a few minor mistakes.
Yep, that's what it all drew down to. So
consistent play.
Do you guys, any of you guys see this problem of some of the really top tier teams are kind of making for almost stale gameplay because it's like they're all being so careful all the time, and then it's that one mistake and it's all done.
I was honestly, I mean, watching like some of the streams when we were in between matches, I was getting bored because it'd be 30 minutes in the game and you'd be like,
it's 0-0,
like 2 kills on each side or something like that, you know, and it's like, I want an exciting match. You know, I want to see fighting. I want to see battles.
If you want to watch exciting matches, fighting and battles, we do a casually competitive tournament, and these people just
they just
ram
run in
their
for
heads
anything.
at each other. we had a like one game. I think
74-minute long game.
We had a 74-minute long game, and they were just ramming. We had a finals game one time where there were like 15 kills in the first 5 minutes. They were just. I mean, it was exciting. It was short, but it was exciting.
Yeah. In our game versus Root, the first match, I mean, it was a really aggressive game and really back and forth. You know, there was kills going down all over the place. You know, which was exciting to me. I felt like it was probably exciting for everybody to watch too. You know, not one of those drawn out 4 kills at 30 minutes type matches. You know?
Yeah.
Don't like the farm fests, or else we'd be playing League.
No, yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
No, but props to Low2. You guys have really improved from where you guys started.
I agree.
I remember originally you guys were like way out from those 4, and you guys have really closed the gap. And I think in general, there's a lot of teams coming up, and I don't know if I know no one in this game is skill cap yet. No one's anywhere close.
Yeah,
but I think the top 4
no.
teams kind of like reached a high point, and now the progression is slower, and there's a lot of people catching up. And the games are even against teams that aren't the greatest. They're like putting up a little bit of a fight. It's not like 20-0 blowouts. It's maybe 25-10 in the end, and they win pretty handily. But it's not like no one's just giving them games anymore. No one's giving anyone games.
I definitely appreciate that, and we've actually undergone a lot of roster changes in the last, say, 2 weeks. So the load that you're seeing now is actually pretty much been just slammed together in the last not too long ago.
Nice.
Got a new badass support, a new left lane carry, Snoopy Man. Some of y'all may have heard of the Snoopy Man from Dryberry. Plays with Dryberry a lot. And my mid lane, Du Bois, he's been with us about a month and a half now, and we're really starting to come together as a team and making a lot of things happen. So I'm proud of my guys. I want to say shouts out to my LOW guys. Fucking big props to you guys. I'm really proud of y'all.
Awesome.
Yeah, you guys are doing well. Like, I was glad to see. I mean, we haven't seen Lords of War in like any of the tournaments before, and like
That was our first week. That was our first
just
week.
picking up and looking at the brackets, I was like, oh yeah, there's Lords of War. It's good to see it. I like seeing more and more teams in the tournament. It makes for
Thank God for that.
different brackets and
Yes.
just different matchups.
Yes. I mean, the one thing I was actually slightly worried about getting into Smite and seeing how good some people were getting was that there would be like this amazing all-star team, and then nobody can get anywhere near them, and it's just like, well, there goes that scene because there's this one dominant team that's just going to ruin it for everybody. But we have plenty of people who want to contend for the top spot, and there is no particularly number 1 team, which just makes it amazing. So it's a very interesting. We got to keep what we also need to kind of massage and work out is this this competitive story, because if you have a nice competitive story, then you can really draw in the people. Not drama, but story, like rivalries and crap like that. Not tire slashing.
Yeah, no tire slash. All right. Well, thank you for your call, Kevin.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
Yep, thanks for having me. And
No problem.
final shout out. Good luck to the Baconators in the BLG Casual.
May they win one game.
Yes, may we finally win a game.
Have you
have
not
a good one, guys.
won a game
All right.
yet?
No! Shut up, you!
All right. Our next call.
It's good that I haven't won one game because,
I can't call them.
because then I wouldn't be there to administrate the tournament, but, But yes. I play with as many people as I can, and we do well for like the first 10, 15 minutes, and then it just somewhere along the line it falls off. So.
Well, all right. I will
we
try
all
to
blame
call
Kennedy.
this person
That's it.
one more time, and you should definitely pick up and not hang up on me this time.
There's Sugary.
All right. You are on the air. What is your question, Sir Sugary?
Actually, my question isn't so much for the
Oh, God.
what
Constantly
isn't
shaking his head.
For anyone. It's more about the support,
Sure.
Okay.
and it's referring to the items. They're saying that Height of the Nemean Lion should be up by 600 gold.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to say that that shouldn't be the case. As it is, supports have a hard enough time making in cash. They're mainly leaving the last hitting for the carries. And to up it by 600, you're making it hard for support to be that. As the supports have to literally spend 2,600, 2,750 for their main items in order to be useful for the match.
But then if you make them spend that money on that, then they can't be as aggressive as they currently are, and they actually have to support, and not just it's another attacking god that's going to eat my ass too. It's you. If you're going to be a dedicated support, then you're going to dedicatedly support and tank it up for your guy. If you're going to be an attacker too, then you're going to need to make your AD have to buy some protection himself.
Unless you're Ymir.
My thing is here's the deal with just in reference to Height of the Nemean line in particular. Now, Sugar, I agree with you on most of the items, but for Height of the Nemean line, here's the problem with it. It's less than 2,000 gold to basically counter an AD carry.
Mm-hmm.
Counter, like straight counter. You can't hit a tank. You can't hit. You just have to let him beat on you all day long because you can't hit him. That's a little bit much. It's a little too cheap to have that happen. You have to buy lifesteal. I mean, you force them into early lifesteal if you buy that super cheap item. And it's just a little too cheap for what it does. I mean, look at the protection it gives. It gives the huge protection, the huge health, and the thorn effect. It's insane.
We lost him.
Yep. All right.
Lost two.
Yep. We lost him.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure that Nemean Lion's probably going to undergo some changes here.
Oh, yeah.
Once hi-rez kind of gets the statistics back from it, what kind of damage it's doing, and we'll probably see a change.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. It'll just be a matter of when.
Yeah.
So what? Oh, he's calling back now. I can answer that. All right.
That's my boy, Sugar. That's actually my right lane support.
Ah, that's why you're shaking your head.
BT dubs.
That's sugary.
Yeah, I'm here,
That's
guys.
sugary.
Okay.
But like I was trying to say before I lost connection, name me one item that is under 2k gold that a tank can buy that can counter Heartseeker or Doom Orb. There isn't. Height of the Nemean Lion only counters one item, all right, that a carry for either AP or Magic.
Mark of the Vanguard counters.
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
No.
You know what else counters?
Mark of the Vanguard counters early on, but the second they start getting those stacks, Mark of the Vanguard is useless. Because not only is Mark of the Vanguard going for the creeps, but now you have Mark of the Vanguard also for a Heartseeker for 750 gold. No. Mark of the Vanguard gets wiped out by a Heartseeker, gets wiped out by a Doom Orb.
Well, you can't just kill the
Well,
other guy.
I mean, there's the other counter to Heartseeker, which is the kill the motherfucker. That's just don't let him get the stacks. Prevent at all costs from him getting the stacks. That's one of the things you have to take into the strategy aspect.
As they progress in levels, 1-3 from an Artemis clears out the creeps. One Impale clears out the creeps for the Anhur. These gods start getting these skills that just clear out creeps. The support has no way to then push up without literally taking a shit ton of damage. So I'm sorry to say, yeah, fine.
Well,
the item prices seem okay for now, in my opinion. But the change Height of the Nemean Lion, one of the items that most gods now will get in order to counter lifesteal on the carry, by 600. Now you're literally asking for all tank items to be over 2,500, and that's gonna hurt their pockets even more so. And on top of the fact they gotta buy wards,
I
yes,
really
50
don't.
gold doesn't seem like
I think,
much.
in all honesty, though, I think all items are too damn cheap. Okay, how many times do you get to the end of the game and you're fully built and just buying 3K pots constantly?
Yeah,
because
not
what the
very
fuck else
often.
you're gonna spend the money on? That's all you can do is spend the money on these 3K pots. Because it's in game and you're fully built. You've been fully built for the last 10 minutes. Well, that is kind of an issue in my opinion.
Well, the game wasn't
everything
designed
should be a little bit more
to go 75 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
I mean,
well, no, but you can be fully built at 35 minutes in the game, 40 minutes.
Well, hopefully
in
you
the
should be
game,
ending
easily.
it then too.
yeah.
That's the goal.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's
But I
the
think
goal.
we've all been in those 60-minute games.
Oh yeah.
They can be
Oh,
a lot
God,
of fun.
They can be very
but
fun or
again-
very
but
irritating.
again,
It depends on
most
whether
of
you
these
win.
gods, they're getting so much AD, AP added onto their skills without the items. I mean, you look at Hebo getting up to about how much damage can he do now? Over 1k almost. with just as a pop up. Like, I mean, holy shit, that's with
It's
3 items.
Crazy.
All right, that's with 3 items. And what item right there is going to knock it down that much? Me being a Ymir with 325 physical protection, all right, and in order to counter an Anhur, I'm sorry, it doesn't happen. He shreds through the armor like nothing. You get 2 penetration items, that armor is gone. He gets Executioner, he gets Titan's Bane. Ymir's going to fall. It's not a matter of when, it's a matter within seconds.
Well,
all right?
the tanks,
Even with the crappy
tanks
team, I
aren't
should
even.
still be able to stay there and take the beating for a while, not die within 10 seconds.
Yeah, the tanks aren't designed to sit there and take the beating. At least most of them. They're designed to be mobile. They're designed to disrupt and take intermittent, but not constant damage, especially late game. Because if they were designed for that, the late game would be very stagnant and frustrating.
Yeah.
So I mean I think that's one of the things they did when they were designing the tanks. They're like, all right, well, late game there needs to be a way to kill them, because if they just stack health and protection and everything, and there wasn't a way to kill them,
then it would just be like, the tanks going at it all game long, and the AD carries trying to do what they can, trying to pick each other off, and that's the game.
Yeah. I mean, they are hard, but I want them killable too.
Yeah.
No. I agree with tanks being killable, but the fact that change Height of the Nemean Line, one of the main items now to counter these penetrations, this lifesteal that these DPS are picking up, to raise it by 600 to 2600, that's asking a lot. That's one of the main items now. And as is Mystical Mark, Bulwark of Hope, Magai's Blessing, they're all over 2700 gold.
And that's in part with what it should be. That's why they're that much. Is because of what they do is so strong.
But
and the same thing goes for High the Nemean Line. And what it does is so strong that it should cost you something.
But there is no stacking item for a support or a tank in order to counter these 2 stacking items for AP and AD users. So I'm getting at, you have High the Nemean Line, one of the only items for a support that's under 2k to counter that.
What about Gauntlet of Thebes?
It's over 2k.
It's gone.
That's like 2,700, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone. Its viability is just gone. Because here's the deal: if you're playing support, you're not supposed to be getting last hits. You're supposed to let your carry do it.
Right.
So how the hell are you going to get 100 stacks?
But
100
tanks don't have any
not
stacking
getting last
items
hits.
besides Goddess.
Besides what? Gauntlets? Oh, yeah. I thought he said goddess. I was like, what?
No.
All right. Well, we have some other callers on this topic, so thank you for your call, Sugary.
Yep.
I think we lost him again. All right. Well, that works. All right. So let us call up this person. Okay. We have
I have a microphone.
Hrothgar,
comma, something amusing. So, what is your question, sir?
This is actually a question, the general question for everyone there, and it's about I main a support role, and it's very, very hard in solo queue because, as you know, solo queue is a carry fest.
Yes.
So I'm just wondering, what are some great tips that you would give out to support players for solo queuing or gameplay in general?
Don't play them in solo queue.
Basically.
Just be a carry.
Basically,
I used to solo queue and play support sometimes and play carries other times, and I just learned the hard way. You just got to carry your team. Be ready to carry.
Yeah. So just with that answered, and let me see if now that I have that answer, is there do you think for support players the whole stats thing isn't just working out? Would you recommend support players to get with other people so that they can actually be evaluated for their actual worth? Because
you can't base it on their ELO anymore. It's supports can't get anywhere useful. So if you want to try for a team, then it's just a lot of the teams. I know that BLG was a proponent of try out as many people as you can, even if you're not in the top ELO or whatever. We still want to give you a shot because ELO is not everything. It's not all things. It's it's a good gauge, but it's not perfect by any stretch. So. If you think you can do well, then we'd love to play with you sometimes and see how you do, and you might be awesome. And like 600 DLO because you just can't get a game to save your life, you know.
You're awesome. You're not going to be 600 elo.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of part of the problem.
No, I'm 2K elo, so
Big part of the
Oh, yeah.
competitive
there.
scene is
But,
being able to listen and
Yep.
listen
Yeah.
to your team and play with your team. You might be one of the greatest players in the world, but if you can't play with a team, you're not. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
You
absolutely
got to have
right.
that element of teamwork, like
For me,
in your kit.
It's always
So-
in a state of flux because I'm doing my job. I'm warding, I'm supporting, letting them get all the
Yeah.
last hits, and yet at the end of the day, it's one of the most frustrating feelings when you did your job right and everyone
Yep.
else is just woo.
Yeah, that's that YOLO cue right there.
Yeah, everyone else is like,
Yep.
woo, what's going on? Did I have
Yeah.
some mushrooms for dinner? Woo.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I usually don't even queue by myself anymore.
What is this?
It's just gotten to the point where it's so frustrating.
You mean I shouldn't
I have to
1v5?
be at least with one other person, so we can both kill Gold Furies when we need to, and let the 3 other people do whatever it is they do.
Yeah.
It's just well, thank you guys for answering, and the next time I'm in a match as Ymir and 1v5ing and just sitting there and tanking damage, I'll keep that in mind.
Awesome.
Definitely.
yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for
Thank
your
you,
call,
sir.
All right. We have another call.
Oh God.
All right.
What's up, DM?
DM, you are online.
Hey guys.
What's
so,
up?
Hey.
I actually just wanted to elaborate more on what Sugary was talking about Nemean Lion,
Yes.
and just give you guys like my opinion of why it's so good.
Mhm.
So everyone knows right now the metagame revolves around tanks. Tanks are OP right now. Their scaling by level 11 generally makes them unkillable. But there's a reason for this. I mean, a support should be warding and roaming, letting the last hit go to the carry. I mean, these are themes from other MMOs and the way that people expect to play the game. Like, if someone ganks your lane, you either blame mid for not calling it, or you blame your tank for not warding. So we have to have our supports constantly out of lane. They need to be able to get everything done being behind in level compared to everyone else. Which is why when you go into like ranked or solo queue, you see these Sobex trashing everyone because they're not doing that. They're just sitting in lane and getting grinded out, being a higher level than everybody, and then just stomping face in fights. They're unkillable. Tank, the word tank is just a word to mean defensive, but actual tanks do not exist in any MOBA. There are no such thing as tanks in Smite. There's tanky, there's defensive, but there's no tanks. Like, Ymir's not a tank. Ymir's a support character, which means if you're the equal level to on her, unless you know how to use your skill set perfectly, you're going to get shredded.
Yeah.
Which is why things like Nemean exist at the cost, because if Nemean didn't exist, Ymir would
You'd have
never
a
have a
problem.
way to fight on her. Ever. There,
Yep.
I mean, granted, we have the AD carry theme and the mid-mage theme, all these things that come from other MOBAs. But Smite, we have to consider Smite a new game. You can't always build the same way. You can't always fit the same roles. And this is why I think before they were root, when Juice was so dominant in the beginning, is because we weren't always having our supports warding. All 5 people were warding. If we had an extra 50 or 100 gold, there was 2 wards on that person every single time. We had map control. We would sometimes give kills to our tanks to get them gear faster. And in the same route, we're still saying, like, tanks are OP, let's feed our carries. How about we just stop putting carries on teams and just feeding our tanks?
Yeah.
Get 5 Nemeans if they're going to keep picking on her and Cupid. Shove those characters out.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Nemean costs 1950 because you need a way to stop on her from getting 1 kill and pushing your face in for the rest of the game. Granted, maybe they can nerf it a little bit. I mean, it does have a lot of physical defense, which is a little bit unnecessary considering it also gives that passive and some other stuff. But for the most part, it's where it should be.
It's for what it does. It's too good for under 2K for what it does. The whole package is just wow.
Right, but tanks need something because they're not getting gold. I mean, think
I
about
agree. I mean, I
when
play
you go
support.
into
I
when you go
completely
into a
agree.
ranked
You
game
got to get it somewhere.
and Ymir takes a kill with his ult. For the rest of the game, his Thor lane partner's like, "You're a scumbag. I'm the carry. I'll kill your parents." Like, what the hell out? So, like, for right now, because of the way these themes work out, because every single person has this preconceived notion that we have to be playing this like League of Legends, these things have to exist, or no one will play tanks in ranked. And while we need to balance the game perfectly for top level, I mean, we only have, like, I'm going to say 30 to 35 people who know how to play this game properly.
Think that many?
Yeah, no, I mean, if you consider, I mean, in teams of 5, you get at least 7 teams
Okay.
that are
Yeah.
generally very good at the game. And then you have other people who are who theorycraft very well, and who your solo players who are very good. But I'd say 99% of our community are mouth breathers. Who have never
damn
played
mouth
a video game
breathers.
competitively
Those
in
people
their
who
entire life,
breathe through
who are
their
trying to do this napkin math. That's just not going to work.
So, I mean, what do you think needs to be done with the tank meta then? I mean, don't you think it's kind of annoying or boring
We
to
need
just
to
have
work on this
tanks?
scaling. And this is something that's going to take a long time to balance perfectly, because there's so many variables in terms of how many people play each god, and what we really should be looking at, ranked versus competitive play. Because, I mean, most people play ranked. You're not going to see most people enter a tournament. I mean, League of Legends gets 1 billion hours of playtime per month, and I'm sure 80% of that is people playing normal games and raging that you didn't bring a mage mid. So, like, when we go to Smite, we're going to need to find a way to make Ymir viable without him being unkillable and still trying to fit that theme, because if he doesn't fit that theme, no one's going to play the game, because we're too used to something at this point. And while Smite is I love Smite to death, while it's amazing, it still has to follow that theme or people aren't going to switch over.
Yep.
So we have to find a way to balance all 3 of those things without ruining the character.
Yeah, it's tricky.
So, do you have any suggestions on that right now? Like, what
Overall, just for right now, deal with it. Learn how to fight the item. I mean, we saw some convoluted video on Reddit the other day where it's like, look at this, he's attacking me, and he almost killed himself. Like, oh, that's because he didn't use his 2, 4, 1, or 3. All of those moves exist. And you got to consider the same thing. Like, you're not going to put Nemean Lion on all 5 people, because it's not going to help you in certain situations. It's wasted gold. So, like, if Odin keeps jumping in your face with Nemean Lion and you're on her, throw your 2 to knock him away, and then have your Hebo or Ra lay a beam down or some water all over the place. And then you go fight somebody else. I mean, what are you fighting tanks for anyway? Don't hit the tank. You're supposed to hit the mages.
Yeah.
And kill the tanks
exactly.
last, or ignore
That's
them.
true.
tanks
That's
don't do
true. I
anything.
give you
They're just
that,
there to
Brandon.
annoy
Okay, touche, sir.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't
I-
always just be
if-
like,
no.
go away from me, tank. If the tank uses
Well,
like
that's the
all of
problem.
his
That's-
abilities and wants to sit in your face, if he
Yeah,
uses
that's-
sprint,
But that's why
creeping
you have
curse,
tanks.
and he wants to be in your face,
That's on your
You're
team to peel
team
for you, though.
freeze the goddamn Odin.
Yeah.
It's a fucking Odin. Like, come on.
Order of operations. You kill the mage. If you don't kill the mage immediately and his stuff's on cooldown, leave him alone for 6 seconds and go fight somebody else, and then go back to him. I mean, that's all you got to do. Stop hitting the tanks and you'll be fine. Now, if you have a Ra that's building Hide the Nemean Lion, leave him alone too. What's he going to do with Nemean Lion? Physical protection. Just ignore him now. He doesn't do anything. Kill the Cupid. No, there's not going to be a Cupid. Kill the other guy. Poor little Cupid.
Poor Cupid.
I know.
Nobody loves him anymore.
Wanted to throw that in. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Yeah.
no problem, dude.
Bye,
I love
guys.
having you on.
Good
It's
night,
fun.
Anytime.
See you later, man.
All
Oh,
right.
that was our lovely DM Brandon, who loves to jump in the show and throw down his very, very, very what's the word? Heartfelt opinion. There we go.
Yeah, we love having DM on.
I love it. He's great. He will
All right.
not. He will not wash it or gloss anything over for you, because they will come and kill your parents.
I don't know. I mean, he has good points, but it's like, every
just wrong.
situation anyone tries to put out there is always going to be in favor of their argument. Like
Oh yeah.
the video on Reddit, not using any skills and just auto attacking.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah,
I mean,
that was-
every situation is going to try and put it in your favor. So
Yep.
Yeah, I'll go with that. So we have another caller on the line.
Yes, Mr. Caller.
And this person has called in the past, so we're just gonna let him go ahead and ask his question.
Go ahead, Key.
What is your
What's
question?
up, guys?
Hey, Key. How you doing?
Pretty good yourself.
Quite nice.
This is our resident
go.
locksmith.
Yes.
So.
He's a key maker.
Yeah.
So go ahead,
I
sir.
just kind of wanted to semi-respond to what Sugar was talking about with the gold problem on supports, and I've been playing support for a little while, and I noticed way back when, before they changed the gold per second, before when it used to be 2, right? 2 gold per second.
Yeah.
Right.
Before that, I had such a hard time keeping up build-wise. Exactly what Sugar was saying. Like, I could not buy all my items to save my life.
Yeah.
Literally.
I couldn't save my life. And then since they changed to 4, then back to 3, and then stats came in, and then tanks became OP, whatever the hell you want to talk about, I now no longer have that problem. Just period. I have not had any sort of problem buying items since then. So I would not have a problem based off of that, of increasing the golds required for item to me in. And I don't know, I just don't see the problem with it so much anymore.
Okay.
I don't either. And I mean, and here's the thing. In the current meta right now, I mean, if you get a little bit ahead in your lane, this is something me and my lane partner do constantly. If you get a little bit ahead in your lane, I'm gonna let my carry roam around and go gank all the lanes and just rape. And I can sit there as the tank and solo farm. And not only am I gonna out level your carry and your tank, but I'm gonna have all the gold to myself while my carry runs around and roams and just ganks everybody in the face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gank in the face.
It's encouraging more aggressive play if you kind of make it to where you have to do that. One thing I noticed just watching all the tournaments is that watching the casual competitive tournament, I could watch it at 16 times speed and tell you who was going to win by like 20 if I could tell you that one team had been clearing their jungle the whole time. They take that, they push up their lane, they come back, they clear the jungle. They push up their lane, they come back, they clear their jungle. If they kept doing that, they overleveled and they won. The other team, if you just saw their jungle constantly sit there, they would be the ones that lost. And so I mean, it's that let your carries or both of you go over there and just like let your tank take some of that gold too, vice versa. You don't have to.
Something similar to that. I actually just saw. I was just watching. I think it was Anato and Lasses were streaming. They were hanging out, and Anato was playing on Vulcan. And one of the cool things I saw him do.
I played them that game.
What's that?
I played them that game.
Oh, did you really? Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was me. We played them that game.
Right.
We won that game. Yeah, the game that they're raw fed.
Was it today?
Oh no, that was yesterday. My bad.
Oh, okay.
They were the same yesterday morning.
Yeah, okay. And like one of the cool things I saw Anato do was he was playing on Vulcan. Like he knew his gold, his XP buff camp, I guess, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah.
Would come. So he just walked over, dropped his 2 turrets down, just left it. It's like I know it's gonna come up soon. I don't really feel like sitting around for it, so I'll just let them take it. Like whatevs.
Yep.
Like that's the kind of knowledge they have on when things are coming up.
Yep. Keeping up on that because I mean it's how you get into these situations where you're in your lane and you're just, why is he 3 levels higher than me, and all we've done is farm? Because he leaves every once in a while and goes and clears his jungle.
It's so counterintuitive, but it's so smart.
Yeah.
And also, the thing about it is it can happen so fast.
Yeah.
It can happen literally in 6 minutes in the game. It's like, why is he 2 levels over me? It's 6 minutes in the game. I've been in lane the whole time. Because he's grabbing them buffs. He's maximizing XP. That's what it's all about. Maximizing XP and gold.
Yep. So, well, awesome.
One other completely random thing, based off what DM was saying before about wards, that like it infuriates me after 40 minutes of gameplay when AD carries still think they need health pots. Like, go buy a ward. Like, you don't need that tiny amount of health per second. Just help me. I just
help me help you.
Help me help you. Yeah.
Exactly. There we go.
So
there we go.
Public service announcement to everyone out there: you don't need those tiny little pots end game.
Very true.
Wards.
Buy wards.
Goddamn wards.
Buy wards and put them everywhere, and kill the other ones that pop up. When you put one down and suddenly there are 2, it's a bad one. Kill it.
Ward wars. They're everywhere.
Yes. Ward control
Light
is
it
key.
up like a Christmas tree, baby. Light it up like a Christmas tree.
Yep. Just not in your spawn. That's not productive.
Dude, you should ward your
Don't
Minotaur.
sell your items and buy one of every boot and then just buy wards. Please don't do that.
I'm still waiting for it to become meta for Neith to drop 1 ward in the enemy base so they can snipe when people are on the fountain.
That's an interesting thought, though.
Nice.
I think the Minotaur would see it, though, wouldn't he?
No.
Well, into enemy base, more like.
Yeah,
Enemy base,
I don't
enemy
think
Minotaur
Minotaur
doesn't
has
give
sight.
you vision, oddly enough.
I don't think he has sight. No.
Huh. I'll have to test that one out at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think he does. I think
I've
had a match before where we had like a ward farm in the enemy's base for fun.
Okay.
I'll have to go test that out in a AI raw match.
Just to make 100% sure.
I'll just do it with Hercules and pop my mitigate and run through their fountain real fast. I should be able to get a ward off and get out.
Yep. All right, well, thank you, Keymaker.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, have a good one.
You too.
Enjoy. All right. Is there
Well,
anyone else who is
we need to wrap this
interested
up.
in calling Please wait until after the show, and we will have a post show, and we will have our featured guest, Forecourt Jester, in a little while.
Yes.
I want to pose a question.
Sure.
Coming off of what he was talking about, how Vulcan would drop a turret, his 2 turrets, and then just kind of run off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would be bad for hi-rez to make his turrets not come off of cooldown until they either die or he has the ability to basically take them away?
Yes, I had that. I think we discussed that one time.
Yeah, we've discussed that. The problem with that is he would be completely useless for a really long time.
Well, yes and no.
But they can make his cooldowns,
really short,
a lot less.
Yeah.
But
if they make his cooldowns a lot less, he's a lot more damaging in quick fights because he'll come down, they're killed. They'll come down, they're killed. They'll come down, they're killed. If you put a low cooldown on it, you're gonna have that problem.
Well,
if you do the thing where when you put it out and you can't put another one, like the cooldown doesn't refresh until those are done, then I mean it just leads to a very stale type of play.
Yeah, it's a balance thing. I'm curious because there's no real repercussions for him just dropping a thumper in the jungle to zone people out and just leaving it there for.
He doesn't get he can't put it in the lane where he needs to.
Yeah,
unless his carry.
So powerful.
But it can still be very effective in certain situations.
Sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, so can Arachne's eggs.
That's what Allied proved this past My Revenge. I mean, he ran Vulcan the entire time, didn't he? And he was just proving how useful he was.
Very useful.
And so now all of a sudden everybody's playing Vulcan.
Well, he's really good.
I mean, not
gonna lie, I had completely brushed him off, and then Allied pretty much shoved it in my face with Vulcan, and I was like, I see what he did and see how effective it is. I'm gonna start working with Vulcan a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's a strong,
very strong,
effective, and he's really hilarious when you're Zeus, and he just gives you free bounces to kill him.
Yep.
I mean,
I love fighting Vulcan and Zeus.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like, throw down the turret. I'm like, score. Target that doesn't move.
I can always hit that. Oh, thank you. So, all right. Well, let us do our shout-outs now. Mr. Gunmetal, since you came in second in the My Revenge, you can go first with your shout-outs of
shout-outs.
Where we
I was ready for this. Let me get,
where we can find out
real quick.
Just
I just
don't make
it
too long.
I'd like to give a shout out, just to the whole the competitive community as a whole. Everybody's making it better and better, and all the top teams are just making it fun to play in the tournaments and giving a challenge. So shout outs to all the top teams, all the teams that are trying to get into the competitive scene. Keep at it, keep working. You'll get better as long as you keep practicing and watch what the top teams are doing. I want to give a shout out to my team. They did super well.
Yes.
In the tournament, so I was super stoked about that. We had a lot of fun doing it, and shout outs to our manager, Powanda. He's keeping us together, pushing us forward, keeping us with our heads on straight.
Very nice.
And shout outs to you guys for putting on the show.
Yeah, thank you. We love to have them.
Every little bit. Every piece of content helps, the game grow.
Absolutely. Boy, I just choked into Australian there.
All right,
shout out
you
to my
did.
mom, just because.
Oh, of course.
Shout out to your mom.
Everybody's got to shout out to my mom. Your mom.
Oi.
Nice. All right, Khronox, go for it, dude.
Yes,
you can even do it in rhyming fashion.
Yeah, you can rap it. We don't mind.
You should totally do whatever you feel like.
I don't know if I could rap shout-outs. That's kind of hard because all my people got funny-ass names and shit.
Yeah. That would be kind of difficult.
I do want to thank you guys for having me on again. It's always fun.
Thank you.
Props to my whole LOW family. I'm really proud of you guys. Keep it up. Keep working hard. I'm gonna hit some team practice as soon as we're done here. So that's what's up. And I got to give shout out to my mom too because Gunmetal did it, and if I didn't do it, I would be a gigantic douchebag. So yeah, shouts out to mom. But yeah, man, just keep the competitive community afloat. Keep it thriving, and the rest is gonna fall in line. That's the whole deal because we are the driving force. Without the competitive side of the game, it's not going to flourish. So everybody out there, if you're not in it, if you just like to watch it, whatever, keep supporting it in any way you can, and this will be something special. So shouts out to everybody, really, shit.
Yeah. Very nice, sir. Very well done. All right, Alecyte.
All right, Danger Beaver.
Yes, go Danger Bieber. Mr. I came in late.
Mr. I'm muted.
You're muted, you jerk.
Well, god damn it! I don't know how long I've been muted. I usually mute myself, so it's not like.
Yeah, so
click,
it's not
click,
clicky
click.
keyboard.
I don't know how long I've been muted though. It's kind of sad.
Probably a while.
Let's see. Shout out to. Oh, I don't even know what to shout out anymore. I guess shout out to Dry Bear for being awesome. I don't know. I love Dry Bear because
I do like Dry Bear.
He's just so awesome. He's the best bear. Driver. Shout out to BLG NA. They're doing awesome as a team. Shout out to Sturmies because he's also awesome.
And his yellow hoodie.
And yeah, and I don't even know what else to shout out. Shout out to BLG Casual Tournament.
Hell yeah.
It's fun to do if I can wake up and want to wake up that early in the morning because that's like 2 hours earlier for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm bad at shout-outs.
Yeah, we
That's
know.
all right.
That's okay.
That's all right. I mean,
There are other things you could be bad at that you
I'll
aren't.
teach you how, bro. I'll teach you how. It's cool.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Nice. All right. Well, do you have any last words? Or
oh,
anything you wanna say?
absolutely.
Of course.
Do I have any last words? I always
Although
have.
Alecyte is a bastard for not shouting out his mom.
Yeah. Damn Alecyte. So I want to give shout outs to my mom.
No, because she always interrupts me. She always comes in the room and starts yelling at me in the middle of the show, and I'm just like, go away.
It's a mom being a mom.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
So you can find all of our stuff at blgaming.com.
Yep.
Our shows. We do a casually competitive tournament on Sundays. So if you have your team and you want to fight some other actually good teams, come check us out. Sign up. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
And it's really well run. So
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and take the credit for that.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I mean, you and Alecyte help a lot. A ton.
So, yeah, check us out. We have news, patch notes, all that other cool stuff. Stay tuned for our post show.
Yep.
That'll be cool. Lots of fun stuff coming up in the next few weeks. You know, great tournaments that are coming up this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun, something new.
Tournament-filled weekend. Whew.
I know. It's going to be crazy.
Plenty of viewing time. Yes.
Yep. So...
All right, well, you can follow me on Twitter at DeamonMachine. You can find us on YouTube at DeamonMachine now. I'm going to actually do things on my YouTube. My Twitch is DeamonMachine. If it's DeamonMachine like it's spelled here, I have it, and I run it. Revel and I are starting to do our evening time gameplay where we just stream for a couple hours, usually around 9:30, and we play a couple games, have fun, yay!
Have fun, do well, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't do well all the time.
No.
Where's the fun in that?
No, you can't be
Then
awesome
we'd
all
be
the time.
lassies.
Then we'd be boring.
Yeah.
I mean... No,
we're
not boring if we're last. You just happened to throw that in just before I got that thought out. Thank you.
See how well
You
we work
jerk.
together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, blgaming.com. I don't know what else to say. Come play the tournament this weekend. We'd love to have you. We had 23 teams last week, so let's try and make that 27 or something. Actually, what would be? Let's see. We need 32 to get a proper bracket. So let's shoot for 32.
We like proper brackets.
I hate seeing all those teams in the bye.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there. Proper brackets make everybody happy.
Yes, they do. So, all right.
So there's 33 of you. I will bind you and do something terrible. Not really.
We'll find that 35th person. Anyway, thank you all for joining us. We will be back in just a moment with the post show.
And we will press spiffy things.
Yes, we'll press spiffy